well enough there, defensively or offensively in overtime. But hard-fought game. Give them credit. Nance made a tough shot there with over a second to go. Give them credit for that and finishing the game.
Chris, those last 2 seconds of regulation, I'm sure those are things you strategize for. What goes into the decision as far as how to align your defense and maybe putting a guy on the inbounder?
Yeah, no, we don't. That's exactly how we played it. Yeah, we were concerned about their guards getting loose, and we've always played 5-on-4. So that's kind of how we practice it.
And what did you see, or I guess how did you see your guys react to that moment? Obviously, it's tough. You're going to regular overtime, but you still have a chance. Like, how did you see your guys move?
Yeah, good. I mean, you put a guy on the ball right there. I don't know if you saw the pass. He's not impacting the pass. It's a 6'9" player throwing over top, so there's no impact on that pass. What you're basically doing is losing an extra defender. I thought Justice did a really good job shadowing it. I thought Bryce did a good job challenging it. And then our guys, you got to move forward in a situation like that and be ready to compete in overtime. And I thought we had a pretty good mindset there. I just think they made a few more plays.
Coach, the impact of the full court press late in the game forced a couple of turnovers. What did you want your guys to do differently maybe in that situation?
That our guys, we got guys out there that we've got to play with that a little bit. I thought we just made some poor decisions with the ball, but we'll get better with that.
Chris, UNC had 27 points off turnovers. How much of that was just the transition offense that they had going forward? How do you shore that up?
I mean, it's part of the game. I think we had some careless turnovers in the open floor. That was probably what was most disappointing. That led to some of their scores. Just fumbled the ball, uncharacteristic with a couple of our guys who haven't done that all year. So they'll get better with it.
Is this a case of they have a team that played for the national championship last year with veteran guards, and they just went out and took this team from you guys in the last 4 or 5 minutes, whatever it was?
Well, listen, yeah, Steve, they're a good team. I mean, they're a good team. Their guards are really good. Their guards are a load. They put a lot of pressure on your defense. And I think what we did see is their ability to make plays there late with a couple of those guards was the difference. I thought we struggled. I thought we executed really well in the last really 2.5 minutes, but it was difficult to get the ball where we needed to, and their guards were just able to go make plays, which is what they've been able to do. So give them credit.
Bryce and Bruce just coming of age, just making tough shots, making tough plays in a game against a really good team. Just you lose the game, but that's something that may work well for you down the line.
Yeah, I thought Felix was really good too, and I thought Roddy had some good moments. So I think it's good growth for all those guys. I thought Justice had some really good moments as well. I thought our guys had, as a group, had some really, really good moments. But obviously a lot to learn from and some good things to take from it for sure.
Coach, you controlled the tempo first half. Second half, you just talked about the guard play. Guards started pushing the tempo and kind of threw you off in the rhythm. So
the difference in the game was the start of the second half, and I thought that I just didn't think we came out with. That's my fault. We just didn't come out with the necessary understanding of how the game was going to be changed. When you're not just in tempo, because we'll play fast. We don't talk about tempo. We'll play. It was more just our defensive energy wasn't what it needed to be.
Matt, back right.
Coach, Bruce Doran looked like kind of like a seasoned point guard today out there as a freshman. What do you really like from him specifically?
I mean, he's a good player. I think what he'll be most disappointed is some of the uncharacteristic turnovers. But we got a lot on Bruce right now. It's a lot on all 4 of our freshmen, but it's certainly a lot on him. I worry a little bit that he's going to wear down, to be honest with you. So I'm trying to limit his minutes. He's a heck of a kid and a heck of a player and an absolute warrior. But I know, if you ask him, he'd like a couple of those turnovers back.
Is this the perfect test for your team?
I think we've gotten tested a lot this year, and this is a good team. A lot of late game situations, a lot you can learn. Listen, it's December, and we've got a group that hopefully will continue to grow and get better. But a lot we can take from it, a lot we can learn from it, good and bad.
Finish up with that over here.
Chris, you got ice on the bench, but he's obviously not in uniform. What is he still going through? What's his status going forward? Is there any sort of update on what he can or can't do?
You know, one of the things I've tried to do, and I think I've learned in this, is, you know, there are physical injuries in there, and then there are emotional things that players go through. There are mental challenges for today's athlete, and it's our job as coaches to recognize that there's both. And a pulled hamstring is pretty easy to see. A sprained ankle is pretty easy to see, but someone grieving over difficult things and challenging emotional things in their life needs the support of everybody around them. And it'll be on his timing, if and when, and we'll support him regardless.
You talked about not worrying too much on Bruce and worry about Bruce wearing down. Is this a game where, just like the Rutgers game, where if you have ice, it's probably a little bit less on Bruce?
Yeah, that's sure. But I also think we've got to continue to get Roddy and Tanner to have the flexibility to play Justice more at the one. I think we have to have which we did today. I just think we got to continue to grow those guys.